Hi, I'm Pati Bedwell, and I'm one of the Elder Care Coordinators at Takacs McGinnis Elder Care Law. And today I'm going to talk about things you need to consider if you are thinking of bringing a loved one home from a facility. If you've had a loved one in a facility during the pandemic, you know how much they were impacted. The lockdowns were terrible, and the people living and working there are still in the process of figuring out how to get back to normal. After so many months of not being able to have in-person contact with their loved ones, some families are reconsidering whether a facility is the right place for their loved one. Now, before you commit to anything, here's a few things to think about. Probably the most important question is, what kind of care does your loved one need? When answering, consider how dependent is your relative. Can they handle toileting on their own? Are they able to get up and down without assistance? Do they need help preparing meals? Think about what other living options are available. Are there any other residential care options that might work for you? Is your loved one able to go back to their home? Could they live with a family member? What about a granny pod? Consider all the options, but keep in mind, once they leave the facility, someone, maybe you, will be taking care of all their care needs. Next, consider safety. Is it possible for your loved one to live safely in the place you have in mind? A good way to find out is to get a professional to complete a home safety assessment. Some things you might not think are problematic could end up creating major issues for your loved ones. Throw rugs or cords on the floor might create a trip hazard. Doorways might not be wide enough to accommodate wheelchairs or walkers. A traditional bathtub might be impossible to manage. A home safety assessment can reveal potential problems. So once you think you've figured out where your loved one will live, you have to give thought to who will be the care providers for your loved ones. Can you do it on your own? If not, who will help you? Are there other family members who will help? Are there home care agencies available? Can you leave your loved one for periods of time, or do they need 24/7 care? Who will cover the hours when you can't be there? What's the daily routine going to be? Here's where things get real, especially if you expect to handle everything yourself. Please don't forget, any plan put in place must also include time away from caregiving. Even though most of us are foolish enough to think we can do it all without a break, it's impossible for anyone to provide 24/7 care for too long without getting burned out. So if you're struggling to figure out the best option for you and your loved one, give us a call to talk about your concerns, expectations, and reservations. Often talking through a problem will lead us to an answer. If you have questions or concerns about how to find the right care for your loved one, call our office to schedule a consult.